So in 2016, JD Vance penned a huge book. It was called Hillbilly Elegy, and it was about him growing up in Appalachia, Middletown, Ohio, a poor white kid growing up in the West Belt. There was, of course, drugs and alcohol abuse, and there was, poverty. There was domestic abuse. But this kid ends up going on to the Marine Corps and going on to Harvard and becoming successful all the way to the vice presidency. What I find interesting about all of this, and you juxtapose that with what's going on right now, when people talking about cutting SNAP benefits and who is on welfare and if they're worthy of us helping them out. JD Vance, the vice president JD Vance, was on welfare, whereas Vice President Kamala Harris never was. Ain't it ironic that the only welfare queen in this scenario is the white dude? Two judges have ruled that President Trump cannot withhold SNAP benefits, that he has to issue them. When I knew that there was something different going on is when I saw Senator Josh Hughley of Missouri and Marjorie Taylor Greene from a rural congressional district in Georgia, Rome, Georgia, I believe. And both of them were arguing about how this would impact their constituents. Because the popular notion is that it is mostly Black and brown people who are the recipients of SNAP benefits. There are about 42 million people who get SNAP benefits monthly. About 45% of them are white. And you need to look no further than the reaction to know that that's true. If it were, in fact, poor Black and brown people, I don't think judges would have rushed to intercede. I don't think a congressman and a senator from rural districts or rural state would voice their objections. I think that America has had this idea of what people on welfare look like. For instance, it's interesting that VP Vance was on welfare and VP Harris never was. Most of the people receiving SNAP benefits are white women, rural white women. And although America didn't care too much if it were the opposite, if it were the idealized notion of who it was, they do care very much about if it looks like them. And you can tell, as evidenced by the fact that Donald Trump, when these two judges rebuffed him, he didn't run to the courts and try to get them to intercede and overturn it, because they gave him an off-ramp. He knew that he could not have a bunch of hungry rural constituents angry that somebody took their SNAP benefits away from them. The thing that's the most hypocritical about this whole scenario is that more people were angry at a dude who was going to sing at a Super Bowl halftime in Spanish than the fact that Americans were going to go hungry.